Hello, friends. Okay, if it's a little echoey, it's because I'm in my bathroom, because I am doing my skincare routine, which is actually, we're gonna hop right in, y'all. I'm so serious. My skincare routine is actually the first topic for today's video. Well, I keep saying video, y'all, but I never actually post with a corresponding video. I always post it with a GIF, whatever. We're not gonna have this argument. We're adults, we can call it whatever we want. But all that to say, I'm starting with skincare because I am getting ready to try this new thing. It's not new, it's new to me. It's something that I've never done before. I'm already going on a tangent. Anyways, okay, let's back it up. Skincare. So I have been really trying to take better care of myself in a lot of ways. And I'm going to get in more detail of that a little bit later on. But primarily, just being intentional about the time that I'm using and making sure that at least some of that time is dedicated to keeping myself healthy. So, all that to say, I start my skincare routine with a cleansing oil. And mostly, I got this for the primary reason of getting off my waterproof mascara. If you don't know, I am a lifeguard supervisor. And even though I rarely am actually getting in the water, it would be dumb of me to go into work where there are 4 pools and assume that I'm never gonna get wet. You know what I mean? I always go into work with the intent, with the assumption that I'm probably gonna get in the water at some point throughout the day. And I'm gonna get into a little bit more explanation as to why I definitely know I will be a little bit later. But for now, just in general, at any moment I could be getting in the water to perform a rescue or offer aid. So I need to be prepared, basically. Long story short, or long story long, whatever. But this particular cleansing balm, y'all, run, do not walk. Run to get this, okay? Or don't, whatever, but I love it. It's You Make Me Melt cleansing balm for all skin types by Solo Vegan. It's phenomenal, y'all. The way this has done wonders for my skin. And honestly, it might just be because I have been actively putting forth effort to clean my skin. Or my face rather, more frequently than I usually do or I've had in the past. I am one of those people who, when I'm depressed, my health, my personal health and hygiene, take the grunt of, I guess, my depressive energy or lack thereof, I guess. So I very, rarely in my adult life have been in a place where I felt comfortable and confident enough, or I don't want to say happy enough because I don't want to, misconstrue or misrepresent depression as a sadness, because it's more than that. It's more imposing upon your life than just a sadness, I would say. But yeah, it's my hygiene, my personal health and hygiene that always takes the hit when I'm depressed. So it might just be that I'm washing my face more regularly. Honestly, that might be it. Or I'm taking the steps to get my makeup off. With that being said, your girl is still falling asleep in her makeup. So sorry, trying to be better. But every morning and as many nights as I can. That sounds like such a cop-out. But as many nights as I can remember, I'll use this cleansing balm. Whether or not I use makeup now, whether or not I have makeup on, I'm using this cleansing balm. But going back to the primary reason of me getting it was to get off waterproof mascara without ripping my eyelashes out, because I do love to do that, y'all. I love to do that. So it works great for getting waterproof makeup off, but it just works great in general in getting any dust, debris, oils, anything off of your skin. It's fantastic. I can't express that enough. It's great. So I always start with my cleansing balm, You Make Me Melt cleansing balm. And it's one of those viral cleansing balms that were sweeping over TikTok a while back, where you apply the balm, grab water, add water to it, and then it like kind of gets this creamy, milky, I guess, texture, consistency, and look. And then you rinse it off. So that's what I just finished doing. When we first clicked in here 5 minutes, it's been 5 minutes, y'all. Anyway, when we first clicked in 5 minutes ago, I was, I guess, emulsifying. Is that the right word? I don't know. But it was, like, I'd already added the water to it, and I was massaging it into my skin. I then had like a dripping wet washcloth. Like, if I wasn't on the video, I would have just cupped water in my hands and like splashed it over my face to wash it off. But I'm on the video and I didn't want to have the water running in the background. It's already echoey enough. You're probably gonna hear my dogs at some point barking. So let's just, let's try to create as few obvious auditory distractions as possible. So I already had my soaked washcloth. I washed it off. But yes, I've done that step already. My next usual step will be toner. And I have this Ultra Tonic Watermelon Extract Facial Toner from Dew of the Gods. Phenomenal, y'all. So most of the things I get, with the exception of my cleansing balm and like a couple other small things, but most of the products that I get that I use on my face, I get from Ipsy. This is not sponsored by any means. Like, I have one person who listens to my podcast. So, but Ipsy, if you wanted to, I actually have hundreds of thousands of people who listen and follow on the daily. So go ahead and sponsor me, whatever. But most of my products that I get that I use on my face and my skin are from Ipsy. Ipsy, if you don't know, is a subscription makeup and skincare like bag that you can purchase, or you can get a box. They have larger options as well. I don't know if you remember, years ago there was what was it called? I keep wanting to call it Birchbox, but I can't remember if that's what it's called. It was another subscription service. Ipsy would usually come in a bag. There's like a small makeup bag, and it comes in like a bubbled pink envelope. Whereas this other box, and I really want to say it's Birchbox, but y'all, I can't remember. It would come in a box. Period. And it was kind of very similar, although you would usually get maybe more full-sized products in the box. Anyway, Ipsy has, I don't know if they had merged or if Ipsy bought the box out, I don't know, but now that's their like premium that you can get. I don't get that one, but not to say I wouldn't, I just don't. I pay for the yearly for the regular. And they have yet to let me down. I really enjoy getting my box, and I usually get some good stuff in it. Anyway, I have been getting lots of skincare, which I'm appreciative of. When I first got Ipsy, I was very much just trying to like expand my makeup repertoire. I don't know if that's the right word. Y'all, I just use words. Y'all know this. Anyways, I was trying to expand my collection, and Ipsy helped a lot with that. I actually need to go into my settings now, because like as time has gone on and I've noticed more issues I've been having with my skin, I've started to lean more on the side of skincare products in my Ipsy packages, and they have followed suit. They've been coming through. Can't express enough. They've been doing the thing, okay? But now I'm out of concealer, babe. So I'm gonna need y'all to send another one of those. Thank you. There were a few months consecutively where they were sending me concealer, highlighter, and I loved it. I never was running out. But now I'm out. You've been sending me like skincare for an awful long time, babe, and I'm appreciative, but I'm gonna need my concealer. So, and a blush, if you will. I have a great blush, but never mind. We can wait on the blush for a little bit. We can, but I'm gonna need that concealer. Okay, babe? So don't let me forget, y'all, to go in and change my settings, my preferences, so that I get some concealer next month, okay? Anyway, so Dew of the Gods, I got this concealer a few months ago, maybe a month ago, I can't remember how long ago it was. And it was probably like July, in my Ipsy bag, and it's phenomenal. Every now and then I get a product, like I always enjoy the products I get. I always like the products I get. But every now and then I enjoy them. I like them so much so, and I use them so frequently that I'm like, I'm going to be purchasing this. And this is one of those products. This is one of those products that it is expensive. It's expensive, but this is one of those products that I will be purchasing in a full size once it runs out. Because it's just so nice. It feels so refreshing. Yeah, it's phenomenal. And it smells great. You know, watermelon extract is always gonna smell great. It smells so nice. And it feels nice, and etc. 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 Okay, next item will be my bio oil. So bio oil, I ended up getting this because I was looking into ways of like to improve my skin. I was looking into different skincare options because I was noticing a lot of scarring. I had been getting breakouts over the past couple of years, which was, even though it had been happening over the last couple of years, I just started caring, for one. And then for two, I didn't have a problem with breakouts. I was really fortunate in high school not to have as much of a problem with breakouts. So I wasn't really well equipped to handle it, or even to like I hadn't had the opportunity or the reason really to research what to do if you're breaking out. Not when I was in high school, and not really when I was in college that much either. It was really after college that I started getting breakouts more frequently. And it's because I was working all the time, not washing my face, etc., etc., etc. Okay, y'all know the story. Anyways, I was looking on TikTok because that's where all, educational research occurs. I was researching, trying to figure out where to go to get a good product for getting rid of some of this like scarring, because I would have breakouts and I would just like scratch at them or pop them or whatever, and I just wasn't doing a good job of either A, letting them come to a head, or B, I guess like fully draining the breakout or whatever. I don't know. Taking care of my skin. I wasn't good at taking care of my skin. We already know that. Anyways. Everyone was suggesting bio oil at the time. I don't know if they still are, but it's great. It's great. It's worked wonders for me. Sorry, I'm getting closer and further from the phone. So if I get louder or quieter, that's why. I just moved my phone, so hopefully that won't still be an issue. But whatever. But yes. So bio oil is great as well. I've noticed some lightening of some scars, specifically like underneath my cheekbone, right above my jaw. I have a lot of scarring there, and it has lightened, I would say, significantly, because it was really, really dark, especially right before this past summer. So I would say it's lightened quite a bit. With that being said, it's recommended that you use it twice a day, and I really only use it once. So I'm sure that I would be getting maybe even more results or quicker results if I was using it as it was, suggested. Okay, so I just put on my bio oil last in my skincare routine, and I probably should have more stuff, I don't know, but this is the last thing that I typically do is sunscreen. I have the Kenlo, I'm assuming that's how you say it, I might be wrong, sunscreen stick, and this is one that has zinc in it. So not all sunscreen has zinc in it. Some of those that are like more advertised as like moisturizers or like tinted sunscreen, moisturizer, whatever, okay, don't have zinc. And there are a lot of ingredients that are concerning, to say the least, in these like easily spreadable, advertised as going on clear or not as chalky sunscreens. And like, as a person of color, as a woman of color, we like something that's not going to go on chalky, but at the same time, I want to be able to protect my skin without potentially introducing my body to other dangers, if that makes sense. So I'm using this sunscreen stick, and I've noticed when I put it on after my bio oil, it blends in fairly smoothly. I mean, you guys know the problem with putting on that zinc sunscreen or sunblock, whatever. You know the problem with putting on the zinc. It's going to give you that ashy look. We can only do our best. We can only hope for the best, okay? So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's flawless. I don't have the ashy issue at all, but I'll say because I put on this oil, and I feel like if you have any face oils that you use, even if it's not a bio oil, it helps kind of blend it in without being like like without feeling oversaturated, if that makes sense. So I still don't feel like I'm like overly, I have too many products on, if that makes sense. Okay, so I finished my skincare. I'm gonna move on to the next thing, which is our next topic here, eyelashes. I have no skills really when it comes to taking care of my skin or anything like that. So, you know, that's part of it, but that's part of the daily struggle. But I saw this girl on TikTok, and I will put her username in the description below because quite frankly, I don't remember. And that's just because of my ADHD. Okay, nothing about her, all about my ADHD. Anyways, there was this like pack of individual lashes and the adhesive kit that you could buy through the TikTok shop, which is cool. But I also don't like spending money. You know, you can only get so much if you don't like spending money. I know. But I'm not very patient. But anyways, I went to the good old Walmart and they had something similar. I mean, it's not the same, obviously, but they had where you would put on the little bond. She said to put it close to, like, I guess the root of your eyelashes. You would put on my eyelashes looked long for a second, period. You would put on the bond, you would give it a little bit to dry, and then you would apply these like individual eyelashes, or they were like clumps, I guess, eyelash clumps. The ones from Walmart, it's a little thicker than what she had. She had like smaller clumps, and these are like longer clumps, but whatever. Yeah, so you would do that. And then like you would apply the bond, you would put on the individual lashes or lash clumps, and then you would seal it. And then like she would like kind of press them together. So I don't have a lot of the tools that she had, but I do have the bond, seal, and the lashes. So we're gonna just do the best we can. Okay, I'm gonna start with applying the bond on the underside, like almost like you're applying mascara, but she said to put it towards the root and not the whole thing. This package says just to kind of I guess like brush it through. Brush a light coat of bond on natural lashes. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, so I'm gonna lift up my eyelid as to expose the root and lightly, whoa, a little bit does go a long way. Lightly brush this bond onto my lashes. I'm gonna do my right eye first, because that's my eye that be leaning. Okay, got it. Okay, ooh, sticky. Okay, place wisps underneath. I think I'm gonna keep them at a medium length, medium to short, obvi. So let's go on the outer edge. I do not have tweezers, that's another problem. Okay. Outer edge. Cute. Okay, another medium. Outer edge. Sorry, I know I'm not talking during this time. I'm like hyper focused. Ah! Yo, that was crazy. I was trying to apply the eyelash and it slipped and it was like under my eyelid, y'all. That was crazy. Like I cannot explain how fearful that made me just then. Okay, I'm gonna start applying the small ones. I think I'm gonna do maybe two. I'm doing two of each, I believe. She was like stacking them, filling them out. She had hers like really thick and they were really nice. That's just kind of like not my vibe. But I also just have I have hooded eyes and very short, I guess in comparison, eyelashes. They don't curl up very much. So I think for me, what looks most natural is just like this thin little layer of short to medium lashes. I think that's what looks best for me. But honestly, whatever looks best for you, obviously, you know? Like that's the best we got. Okay, last one that I'm applying. Oh, I can't see now. It's in an awkward position. Oh, this is where tweezers would come in handy. I don't have any. Y'all, if y'all could see this, I'm so glad this is just an audio podcast, because if y'all could see this, I look ridiculous. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of clamp them. Oh, this one's too low. It's like protruding into my eyeball. That sounded so dramatic. If you ever hear me say something dramatic, which is all the time, ignore it because I'm being dramatic. Like, that's just the fact. Don't take me seriously. Let me just look in a regular mirror because I'm looking into the 5X, and that's making this incredibly difficult. I just bonded some of my natural eyelash to my eyelid. That's terrifying. Okay. Okay, you know, we're just gonna stick to the outside because that's all I got. That's all I got, bestie. Okay, we're gonna seal, y'all. We're gonna seal, and I'm gonna put the seal on the bottom, but I'm also gonna kind of put it on the top. Okay, how long do I have to wait after you seal it, do you think? Seal with and coat. This is the final touch that gets rid of any sticky residue. Let me put that over the piece that's like stuck to my freaking eyelid. Oh, got it. Beautiful. Okay, so I have them on. I think I did a darn good job. I have them focused in on the outer corner though, because when I got towards the inside, I just couldn't see. And I wasn't doing a good job. I might try another time getting it towards the inside, but right now we're trying our best. That's the best we got, bestie. That's the best we got. Okay. So I'm gonna wait to do the other side because that took a significant amount of time. And it was scary. It was scabby. So I might put one more eyelash on this side after I take a little bit of the breakers because that was scary. I'm also gonna swim later on. So I hope to like see if they stay on when I swim, if they come off, what the vibe is. And if they stay on, awesome. Likely they'll probably fall off, but that's okay. But I do want to swim every day, so that's the risk you gotta take. Speaking of swimmies, I'm working on my health. Y'all, I'm gonna get better. I recognize also, just a side note, that like 5 of these minutes were me fighting with eyelashes, so sorry. But, you know, fun little real moment. Anyways, I'm gonna be making efforts to improve my health, and with that is doing my walkies with my bestie in the morning, Sadie, shout out. But then B, I also want to start swimming during my lunch breaks. I used to swim for an hour every single day, and I don't do that anymore. And I'm not saying I'm gonna hop in and swim an hour every day, but like even just 30 minutes would be lovely. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start swimming more, and we're gonna test out these eyelashes and see if they stay on when I'm swimming. I'm going to coat them once I finish my makeup with waterproof mascara. Not with the intention of them staying on because of that, but I use waterproof mascara anyways. So I'm gonna put that on and see if they stay. And if they do stay, I'm then going to see how they do overnight. Because they look really good. Like they look really good. They're subtle, longer than my eyelashes, obviously. And they're pretty, you know, pretty little wispy eyelashes, and we're just gonna see how they do. But yeah, it'd be great if they stayed on while I swam, even if it was just for a couple of days, or if I built up the confidence and got some tweezers and wanted to do some like smaller clumps, then I could put on smaller clumps and see how that goes and be able to have them on for a few days before they fall off. Okay, so there's that. And then finally, when it comes to my health, I also want to improve my eating habits because, girl, if there's one thing about me, I can eat, okay? There's one thing about me, I can eat. I can eat. And I just need to, like, obviously still eat, obviously, let's be so for real. But I need to make smarter choices, starting with reducing my sugar intake. I'm bad. But I do need to reduce my sugar intake, and we're just gonna see how that goes. Hopefully well. So, especially if I foresee myself, you know, walking, swimming, maybe even adding in some strength training. I need to take better care of the inside in order to be able to take care of the outside, you know? Okay, so there's that. I kind of jumped like ahead. Like I jumped over 2 of my little like check off notes for today's topics to get to that because it just felt like a natural shift. But we're gonna back on up to the one I was intending to talk about next, and that is my creative writing. So I have always enjoyed reading, specifically like these fantasy sci-fi books, more so fantasy than sci-fi, but you know. When I was in high school, I was obsessed with Vampire Kisses. Throwback, I don't know if any of you guys ever read the Vampire Kisses like series, but I loved those books when I was in high school and probably in middle school. And honestly, if I find these books again, as if they probably aren't just on Amazon, you know what I mean? But like I would love to reread these books once I finish rereading the Twilight series, y'all. Rereading is a strong word. I have not read the Twilight series. I don't know why I said rereading, but once I finish reading the Twilight series, maybe I will circle back to my first original literary vampire love romance novels, you know. They were very much teen, whereas Twilight is marketed towards young adults, which shocked me because I didn't realize. I mean, it shouldn't have shocked me because, you know, when I was a teenager, a lot of people were reading them. A lot of people my age were reading the books, but they are marketed towards young adults, and reading them now as an adult, I understand. But yes, so I've been doing some reading, and it's giving very much, I guess like Twilight level of risque, you know? So I'm so excited about it, y'all. I don't even know how to express that. I very rarely, this one's gonna be, okay, hold on. Before I get into that, I need to let you guys know a little bit late. It's a late warning, but this one's definitely gonna be more than 30 minutes. So sorry. Like we're about to reach the 30-minute mark now. I am so sorry. This one's a little long. This one's a little long to make up for me being not so on time with all my other ones. This one's gonna drop tonight on Thursday. It is currently 10 o'clock in the morning. This one's gonna drop tonight, so you guys get a long one. Sorry. Anyways, so yeah, it's like Twilight level of risque, but I'm super excited about it because I've been bitten by the writing bug. And like over like the past week, or like a little bit less actually, I've spewed out 2 chapters and I'm loving it so far. And I have so many ideas, and I'm enjoying where the book is going. And I'm enjoying where it's taking me as well, because I have a plan for it, but I'm also noticing that like some things are working better than others. And like, as I'm getting deeply involved in the writing process, obviously I'm the only one in the writing process, but anyways, as I'm getting more and more involved in the writing process, I am really just enjoying the ride that I'm going on, and kind of seeing the book evolve into like past what I imagined for it and into this like different kind of realm. I'm saying a lot, even though I'm only 2 chapters in. Let's be so for real. But I have like every now and then something will come to me when I'm not in front of I've actually been typing on my iPad, y'all, in the Pages app, if nothing else. But I have gotten to the point where like ideas will come to me when I'm not in front of my iPad or my MacBook or my phone, where I can just access it and throw it in there. And what comes to me, the ideas that come to me aren't even necessarily linear, you know? It's not like it's like the next step for the book or how to round off this chapter. It's like this scene would be so like well suited for this book. I don't know where it's going to end up, if it's even going to end up in the book, but I enjoy this. I enjoy the idea of this particular scene or interaction or whatever. So I'll open up my notes app. I have a section in my notes app that it's just titled book. And when I have one of these ideas, but I'm not able to kind of sit down and type it out, I'll turn on the little like speech to text feature, and I'll just talk about whatever it is that I'm imagining for this book. And I've gotten to put 2 of those ideas in already in chapter 2. And it's just so exciting. It's like the possibilities are endless. Like, you're creating your own story, and there's just so much power in that. And like, I've had a couple people read what I have so far, and they're really enjoying it, which feels very validating, because I never intended per se for anybody to see this. It was just like ideas that kept coming to my brain, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start writing it down. I'm gonna start writing it down because I'm enjoying this, and I think this would be so fun. And I've gotten some like feedback. I've asked for criticism. I asked for thoughts, suggestions, because I really value the people in my life and their ability to kind of be open and honest with me about their perspective on anything I'm working on, you know? So I've been very fortunate to have some very dear friends give me that perspective and ask those hard questions that, like, you know, might not be as well received otherwise, you know what I mean? But we have that relationship where they can do that, and it's that makes me feel good as well. So a quick rundown on what I have so far. The way that I explained it to him, one of my best friends, is it's like my life adjacent, you know? So if like I woke up on whatever day, like a couple weeks ago, and in a separate, I guess, universe that was just slightly different, you know? Because obviously it's a fantasy novel. So there's like a ton of things happening in this novel that just would not happen in real life, at least to what we know right now. You know what I mean? Like, as of right now, these things are not plausible. But anyways, so like in the first chapter, the main character that's like heavily influenced by my own life, she is writing in her journal. It starts with her writing in her journal, and she's frustrated. She's kind of like probably overly anxious about such a simple, small task. And then I reflect back in the book to a conversation between this main character and her therapist, where her therapist encourages her to, I guess, like, spew all of her emotions or whatever it is that she's feeling, her frustrations, her happiness, her anxiety, everything onto page, put pen to paper, and like kind of get it out so she can better like materialize or understand organize all these thoughts that are running to her at once. You know what I mean? So she does that. You know, she starts with like this frustration. She reflects on this conversation with her therapist and decides to give it a real shot. And then, you know, writes in her journal. Just kind of letting it all out, letting anything that's kind of bothering her in her life at the time, just letting it come to the surface. After the fact, you know, she takes her dogs outside. She's, you know, admiring some of these like incredible natural elements around her, and then has this encounter with this mystery person that she has never met before and then would not foresee ever seeing again. You know, it's dangerous, it's scary, it's kind of intriguing. She's a little bit confused by her emotion, but that's kind of where we round off in chapter 1, you know, with this moment of panic, fear, and then where do I go from here? Let me open up my journal and kind of let out what I'm thinking so I can figure out what the freak just happened, you know? So that's chapter 1 in a nutshell. Chapter 2, it kind of, we have a little bit of a time jump, not very far. It's just about a month later. And we get to have this, you know, I guess deeper encounter with the main character's therapist, and we get to kind of like see how they interact, which was nice, I thought. And then we have a deeper encounter with, you know, a past love interest turned friend, turned love interest, turned enemy, turned whatever. And that's interesting. It's interesting to get that perspective because, you know, in chapter 1, this character is mentioned, and there's some animosity there. In chapter 2, you're able to kind of have a little bit more of a interaction with this character and get a little bit more perspective, which is nice. We get to have, you know, some quims with a dear friend, and then chapter 2 kind of rounds off with another startling encounter with that same mysterious figure from chapter 1, which, like, I'm still very much working on all of it. Obviously, you can't make a book out of 2 chapters, but chapter 1, I had a lot more opportunity to reflect on and make changes to, whereas chapter 2, I'm like, it's really fresh, you know. Nobody has looked at chapter 2 yet, not in its entirety at least, and so I haven't got any feedback from that one yet, but my intention was to create the opportunity to have a fully involved encounter with this mysterious figure going into chapter 3, you know? So finishing chapter 2 off with this kind of like mystery and potential, like, is it going to be danger? Is it going to be, you know, something a little bit less worrisome? Like, where's this going to go? And how is it going to affect our main character later? So that's kind of where I am going into chapter 3, and I'm super duper excited about it. I haven't been this excited, I think, about a creative project I've been working on in probably ever. I don't know. I'm just having a really great time with it. And it's just very reassuring hearing from some of the people that I care about that they're also enjoying it and that they want to read more. That's something that I really value, or that adds a lot of value, I think, to what I perceive as something silly that I'm just working on, you know? I have a bad habit of kind of devaluing my own abilities, I guess, and my interests, and having such like caring people who are like willing to be open and honest with me and take a look into this and find value in it that I hoped was there, but doubted. It's reassuring, honestly. Okay, so I'm done talking about it. I'm just really excited and I hope to be able to share more with you guys in the future about this. Moving on, last topic. I'm almost done. We're rounding 40 minutes just about now, but I'm almost done. My last topic would be my siblings, a little update. So, obviously I'm living with my sister. So love her, love her, love her. She's not part of this update, so sorry. This is a younger siblings update, I should have specified. My little siblings, my like closest youngest sibling, my little brother, he is in the Navy. He's in boot camp right now and he's doing phenomenal. I'm assuming because I have not gotten a letter in a little bit, but that's okay. I need to send him another letter here soon as well. We're going to be going up in November, which is like literally in a couple weeks. Like, oh, I'm so excited. We're going to go up for his graduation, and we saw a picture. We're pretty sure it's him. Tracy showed it to me, actually, my older sister, so I guess she is part of this, my bad. But she showed it to me, and he looks so skinny. But he's doing great. I know he is. He's like too stubborn to not do well, so I'm sure he's doing fine. I just hope to hear from him soon, and hopefully it's positive. So yay. One of the Navy moms in my mom's group mentioned that they're probably not gonna get another call until the end. So that's disheartening for mama. But another Navy mom posted a letter that their son wrote them. And in that letter, he mentions Gregory and says that that's his like best friend in the, like in this training process. And that really warmed my heart, you know, it was really nice to hear. So that was Gregory. My other younger brother, Corey, it is his senior night tonight. I'm so freaking excited, but originally it was supposed to be tomorrow, Friday. You know, he plays varsity football. That's a Friday night thing. But because of the weather that's anticipated for Friday, they moved it to tonight, which is great because they're able to have it, but I'm sad for myself because I'm not going to be able to make most of the game, if any of it. I was able to switch my schedule for Friday so that I could get off in time to be there early to see him, you know, walk and all the things, but I don't think I'll be able to switch tonight for that because it was so late notice finding out. So that's disheartening, but I still should be able to be there at least by the end of the game to give him his congratulations and love on him, and as well as my younger sisters who I've gotten to reconnect with as well, and it's been so nice. They're like, you know, they're like, I want to say like adults, but they're not adults, you know, they're 15 and younger, but they're like big kids now, and like one of my sisters is sending me Snapchats, and my other sister's asking me about her hair, and like they're asking me about boys. Well, asking is a strong word. They're not asking about boys. They're telling me about the boys that they might be interested in and about their friends. Like they have these whole developed lives, and it's so exciting to get to learn about it. My youngest sister is like showing me all of her dresses and her outfits, her first day of school outfits, and she's just so freaking cute. They're showing me their dogs, and it's just so nice getting to reconnect with my sisters and my brother, and it losing them for so long was really disheartening for us. We didn't get to see them. When I say we, I mean like me and my full siblings. So my younger siblings, my brother and my 3 younger sisters, they are half siblings but whole in heart. Me and my full siblings, we didn't get to spend an abundance of time with them when you know, we were growing up, but we got to spend some time, which was nice, you know, and then we hadn't got to really see them at all in the last 5 years, and that's largely for me as a functioning adult, that's largely on me, you know. I took a job that was far away, that took up all of my time. I went to graduate school, which took up a lot of time. I lived an hour away in the opposite direction for a year, which took up a lot of time. So all that to say that it wasn't like we weren't necessarily active and available, but at the same time, you make time for the things you care about, and I care so much about them that I wish that I made more time. So I'm very grateful to get to see them now and get to love on them. So that's been really nice as well. Okay, I have taken up 44, almost 45 minutes, or almost 44, going into 45 minutes of your time. So I'm done, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will update you guys on my TikTok channel about whether or not these lashes stay on after, like post swim, as well as how they look with makeup, without makeup, all the things. And then as I have more developments with my creative project, which doesn't have a name yet. It has a working title, but I don't know if I like it. Anyway, I'm not going to share any of that stuff until I have like details that I like and that feel a little bit more permanent, but I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. So have a great Thursday evening, because this won't go out until 8 p.m., but have a great Thursday, have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and I hope to see you guys, or I hope that y'all can hear from me, and I hope to hear from you guys in the comments next week as well. So love ya. Bye.